How's it going, everybody? TrinfiniteX here, back with some more Metroid Prime 3. And it's incredibly slow loading. Okay. So, sorry about Saturday. That was just lots of stuff going on for work that I had to do in the middle of the day, which is when I'm normally sleeping, so I wasn't able to stream last Saturday, but hopefully that won't happen anymore, and should be able to stream without any more problems. Metroid is full of bugs that need spraying down with bullets. I'll be honest with you, half the reason I don't just scan everything like a good Metroid Prime player is really just because of how inconvenient it is. It's not because I don't want to. I think that's honestly one of the biggest things that holds this game back. Is just the Wiimote. If this thing were controllable with a GameCube controller, it would be so much better. Anyway, that's not good. So, the best thing you can do here is abuse hyper mode. And when I say abuse hyper mode, I mean stay in it until you're corrupted. And then just keep using a little bit here and there. Also, here's Frozone right now. Unfortunately, he is corrupted. But we gotta just keep using hyper mode as long as possible when fighting pirates. It's not quite as easy here. This guy has honestly some of the coolest music in the game right here. This is a good place to abuse hyper mode, so I'm going to go ahead and abuse that. Or accidentally do it wrong. This guy's music is cool. And he has... really, like, seriously, these movement options he has... like, I'm kind of jealous. I want to be able to move like that. This guy's actually kind of... Come on, game. Oh, okay. There's that Wiimote and nunchuck action not quite working out correctly. Get off of there. Man, he responds quickly. The charge beam is really potent. There we go. Sorry, Frozone. Ooh. Ow. Really sorry. He dies a sadly brutal death. Poor guy, he even saved us. Back on Norian. Dark Samus, you fiend! He didn't deserve a death like that. But he does leave us a present. Probably one of the least sensical items in all of Metroid. Ice missiles. Now, how would a missile, which would shatter ice, cause things to freeze? I mean, it's sort of like the ice spreader. It's like, well, like the missile itself would shatter ice, though. So how can it freeze things? Like, for the ice spreader, that made some sense, because maybe it was just like delivering a really cold, you know, payload of like some liquid nitrogen or something, but the actual ice missiles themselves don't quite work like the ice spreader, so they don't really make a lot of sense. In any event, oh, that's only scannable when it comes out of the water? That's awful. Okay. Oh, also, you can sort of see Samus's eyes. You can see like her reflection in certain places with the scan visor. Anyway, so missiles, let's see. Missiles are... Nope, that's not it. Which button are missiles? Oh, that's right. Down on the D-pad. Above the A button there. So we basically do this Majora's Mask style. Except normally it's supposed to work. Like, this is actually just right out of Majora's Mask here, except these platforms disappear much quicker. They are not nearly as generous as Majora's Mask. I'm gonna get that scan. I guess I could have just as easily brute forced my way through. Got it. I don't know why I'm suddenly scanning things when I definitely didn't scan anything before. So that's obviously a death pit. Oh, yeah, this thing. Because of... I'm still trying to understand this and why it's not working. Like, I am... Like, it must be losing contact with the Wiimote somewhat, like, partway through my action? I can only assume that's what it is. Because it just does not want to... It does not want to accept my commands. Ugh. Okay. I think I figured it out. In order to do that pumping thing, which I should just rename to unnecessary tacked on minigame, number 1. In order to do that properly, I have to make sure that my the Wiimote triangle doesn't go off screen while I'm doing it, because that will break the the game's lock on it. It'll think that I'm not pointing at the screen anymore, which means it'll just disconnect. So it's a bit of a delicate action. Like I said, one of this game's biggest detractors is definitely the Wiimote. So we need a power-up for this.
Clearly, this is the source of the energy signature we detected.
And I will admit,
This generator
I kind of
is
like this
unpowered
this idea that they're about to introduce here.
You will be unable to destroy the generator with your current weapons. You must find a weapon capable of penetrating the generator's heavy armor.
They want you to press the missile button to get across there, but they also want you to press the 1 button somehow to progress that cutscene, which just doesn't make sense. Okay, I'm just gonna make it back across this way. It's actually much faster to just charge across. So this game introduces the ship power-ups, like the missile and the ship missile and the ship grapple, and all those powers are actually really cool. Like, those are actually good ideas. I think that they could have utilized even more in the previous games and any future installments. Like, I hope they, like, when Metroid Prime 4 comes along, I really hope that they take advantage of this particular creativity here again. There we go. Getting kills in this game is not difficult. In case that hasn't been made already very clear, there are lots of things to shoot and destroy in a Metroid game. This is a shortcut back to the beginning, because now that we have got the ice missiles, we need to go back to a different part of Brio. So poor Rundus. It was a fun fight, but I kind of wish Rundus had more HP and more abilities. Like, they could have made his fight so much cooler, and I think he deserved it, but unfortunately, he's kind of too easy. But I guess he just got frozen out. Okay. So we need ship missile, and I think it's over here, or is it? Huh. Now I'm trying to remember. Where's my map again? Okay, now. Okay, that moves it, but how do I? No, game. That's not what I want. Let's see, rotate. Oh boy, that's okay. Well, I figured out how to use the map. Let's see, there is an ice door here, but I don't think I can do anything with that right now. The fact that it leads to an area that we already have also says lots. So I want to talk about stuff here at the Cliffside Air Dock. Is there anything here? Well, I can go through there, and then there's it's like a power-up in there, I would think. Trying to think. That's right. We can get across there and get down there. Aha. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's where we have to go next. Yeah. We don't go to the new area yet. Back. Come on. Okay, just had to remember where to go. What are those, like, rocks, those, like, partially spheres floating in the air with chains attaching them to the ground? Like, what are those? Like, they look super cool, but what the heck are they? Yeah, what are these little miniature planets hanging off of this planet? And why are they floating like that? Like, what the heck? Again, cool concept. Just don't think it makes any sense. Alright. We're not even gonna bother with these guys. We're just gonna walk past them. Because we need to use the grapple beam to deal with them, and that takes more time than it's worth. Of course, then again, with the loads taking so long, maybe it's not so bad. Aw. Game. Oh. You can just go ahead and die right now. So, ice missiles are pretty broken. If you actually sit and let them freeze, you can just one-shot things, so... Boy, almost didn't make that, jeez. So now we can finally make it across this this chasm here. Just using the same stuff that we used earlier. I do need to remember what the buttons are, though. Okay, here we go. Seriously, I keep wanting to use the trigger to fire missiles, but that's not how it works. These ancient Brionian golems here will be used several times to help us get around. Speaking of which, here's a rather large one that will be helping us out. After we get rid of the... After we get rid of these things.
We have discovered a Federation landing site on Rio.
Okay, fine. Hyper mode it is. Silly teleporting dogs. Like, seriously. Okay, and it ended our hyper mode. Cool.
We have discovered a Federation landing site on Rio. You may be able to use this facility to upgrade your ship.
And we want you to stop and press the 1 button because it's important for us to interrupt the pacing of all this puzzling and exploring with making you listen to us talk. Like, I don't hate having more story, but please don't interrupt me while I'm puzzling, game. Come on. Okay. But it is what it is. It's just another instance of this game being not quite as good as its predecessors, unfortunately. Okay. I'm trying to remember, how do I deal with this last one here? It's like there is another path to get around there. I'm just... There we go. It's like missiles. There we go. Okay, now we can do this. And have the big guy come to life and not move because he's... Ah. Oh, okay. Well, actually, we needed to do that anyway because he wouldn't be able to, we actually can't get that off him if he doesn't shake that panel off. So, okay. Alright, big guy, you're free. Now, conveniently place us up here. So how'd that golem get frozen like that in the first place? That just doesn't make sense.
Samus, we have uncovered more information regarding your condition.
Man,
It appears that once activated, the unique phazon inside your body overreacts after several seconds. We did not foresee this problem when we gave you the PED, and unknowingly, we put you in grave danger.
just gonna keep solving this, Yo, we are sorry, yes. We are sorry for experimenting on you.
Without the PED.
We're sorry we put your life in danger by experimenting on you while you were unconscious. But, you know, it is necessary in order to defeat Dark Samus. So, you know, that. Hope you can forgive us. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going the right way. It's fine, we're a silent protagonist, we'll deal with it. So that used to be the side of a wall. Some GF guns here. Yeah, that used to be a door into somewhere. Okay. There we go.
Hostile life forms detected. Initiating security lockdown.
Well, more teleporting doggos. You know what? Might as well scan one. There. He died easy enough. Again, hyper mode kind of breaks everything. On veteran mode, hyper mode is basically like required if you really want to win, but that's basically that's basically just making it so that, okay. I'm not describing it very well. On normal mode, hyper mode is just like overkill. On veteran, it's more like normal. Yeah. In any case, I guess what I'm trying to say is this game's a little too easy on normal. Because hyper mode just destroys everything. There we go. So that gets us out here, and then we can climb up here with the green platform thing. Get rid of this. That's not how I do that. Would have been nice if the game didn't eat my jump input there. There we go. Where am I going? Here we go. Now see, that's a part of this game I don't mind. Like this whole grapple lasso thing for puzzle solving and for like ripping off shields and stuff. Like, I kind of like that part. Like, this game has a lot of ingenious features to it, ingenious ideas. They're just, not the best executed with a Wiimote. Oh, here's another mini game. Okay. That one's actually not so bad. Tacked on mini games because Nintendo said you must use our new controls or you don't get to make games for our system. So silly. Anyway, we need to put this down so that we can land our ship here.
Data received.
Actually utilizing our ship is another great idea this game had that I hope Prime 4 emulates. We will upgrade our ship now with ship missiles because conveniently this GF platform just happens to have the ability to upgrade our ship. Just use some technological wizardry, and there we go. All done. So now, we'll save and enter our ship. Oh, yeah, I need, okay. plasma to go through there. So, there's 2 places we can go now. We can go to them in any order, technically. Let's go ahead and clear out the one that we've already got, access to. Just 'cause. Oh, yeah, that's right, and also we, have some work to do. Because as soon as we get ship missiles, we discover the pirates have not been resting. Oh yeah, also I never scanned Rundus's ship there. It's just neat. This game definitely is, doesn't shortchange you when it comes to like lore and neat stuff to scan. Phrygissian? Or Phrygissian? Yeah, Phrygissian. That's an interesting name. Phrygissian. And space pirates. Because the space pirates never learn. The reoccurring theme of Metroid. Give me that. Did the other one just leap into the lava? He did? What? Okay, I've actually never seen that. Like, where they leap into the lava like that. That's... I say lava, but it's fuel gel. Because, you know, they've already done lava. They don't want to repeat the theme. That's... okay. That's a little silly, but... But yeah, wow, that guy actually just leapt right into it. That's so weird. I've never seen that happen before. I think they may have accidentally not tested this room very well with pirates in it. Like they just took the normal enemies out and put pirates in and didn't actually think about what they would do. Whatever that was. Oh yeah, also, we get health back from Phazon now. You know, in case things weren't creepy enough already. If I got health back from Phazon, I would be concerned. am I missing? Oh, here we go. Okay. It's like I am missing something obvious. There we go. If only that shortcut worked both ways. That shortcut from before. Oh. I have to go to here. Jeez. Just forgetting what to do everywhere. Is that ice path shorter? Is that a shortcut? Is it? No. Yeah, no, it isn't. Oh, wait, actually. Tell you what it is, though. It's a way to shorten the trip. Here we go. We'll get these missiles. It's a way to shorten the trip if we ever need to come back this direction. I'll have a look at it. Why not? We shall nimbly make our way across. And I think once we're at the top of this here, isn't there something we can do to permanently open this up? Yeah, okay, here we go. There, now we have both a missile expansion and a way back up here, if we ever should need it. So we can get around easier. Nice jumping, Samus. Thankfully, this field gel only deals like 1 damage like every other second. Again, normal mode is way too easy in this game. Like, Prime 1 and 2 didn't really have difficulties. They were just less forgiving than this, but more forgiving than Veteran in this game. Like I said, Veteran mode in this game almost requires you to use Hyper mode to get through it. And the reason for that I will explain later, because there's a bit of a surprise around the corner. As you will see. And I say that, but it's kind of less of a surprise and more of an, of course. Anyway, there are lots of these guys. You know something? Pretty sure we're actually supposed to ignore them. I'm gonna do this to get rid of them real quick. then we need to do this. And then drop missiles on this. So both of those things I did were to clean out some jammers. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, both of those things I pulled on, those were jammers. So by pulling on them, somehow I turned off the jammers so that I could command my ship to come through and bomb that. We're gonna go right past these guys because there's really no consequence for blowing past them. Wish that missiles actually worked a little better. There we go. It's like, could you home in on targets, please? Thank you. All right. Again, I like this idea of being able to command our ship to do things instead of just like not using it at all and having it be broken or just useless. Anyway, that's one shield generator down. For anyone who hasn't been keeping up, all these planets that we're about to visit have all been hit by Leviathan seeds. Kind of like every other planet we've ever visited. And our goal is to stop the phazon infestation of these planets early on, unlike Talon 4 and Aether. We still have the opportunity to save, quote-unquote, these worlds. Ah, no, don't leave. Aww. Dang. Oh well. I was hoping to kill that gunship. Oh well. Those are ship ammo collectibles. 'Cause that's a thing. Samus has to collect ammo for her ship, like, as drops from normal enemies. Because that's, you know, that seems right, doesn't it? That missiles for your ship would be drops from regular enemies. Yeah. Anyway. Like I said, all too easy. Hyper mode is just overkill in normal mode. Once we get more E-tanks, we can kind of abuse it a lot more. But for now, let's move on to the new area, Brio Jungle. Now, we could have gone here sooner if we wanted, but we wouldn't be able to make much progress if we did. Oh, that's weird. The sound is... For some reason, the sound in that cutscene was only coming through one earphone on the... in my headset. But, like, now the sound is fine. That's so strange. They must have... They must have wanted it that way for some reason. Okay, anyway. So right around here, we're about to see the reason why on veteran mode, you really kind of need to have hyper mode all the time. Yeah, the space pirates can power themselves up too. And believe me, you do not want to deal with... Yeah, look at that. Wow, like each of those little bolts is like 10, 20 damage. It's really crazy. Yeah, you really don't want to have to fight enemies in hyper mode if you don't also have hyper mode. So that's why I say you almost need hyper mode for veteran mode on in this game, because way more enemies will start using it. Like, I think that's actually the difference, is that they make enemies harder to kill and they actually use hyper mode more often. It is much more difficult to just to deal with enemies. But here on normal mode, it's like, eh. Ugh, that's like the second worst Wiimote minigame right there, because pulling the controller back and forward can sometimes break the connection. So that makes it just like the pumping minigame, where it's just like you have to make sure that your Wiimote is very carefully positioned so as not to like go off the edge of the screen. And it's just a pain. Oh. If the ship had turned around a bit. Okay. Anyway. So without ship missile, you can't proceed past this wall, so that's why. Gotta have the ship missiles. We blow it open. And what do we get for our troubles? I love how the big guy actually picks up the smaller pirates and throws them at us. Look at this. Look at this. There we go. And that Berserker Lord just chucking his allies. So crazy. Like, seriously, how does the space pirate civilization continue to exist if they treat each other like that? Oh, time for another mini-boss. For some reason, I remember this one being a pain. Let's remember why. Okay, these guys are not a problem. Yeah, these guys aren't an issue. Then we're pushed out of hyper mode. Here we go. This. Said. This mini boss here. This guy's kind of annoying. The Korok. So these guys are easily missable scans. If you don't know what you're doing. So hyper mode is a good idea here. The pirate dies easily, but its mount persists. So I'm trying to remember, like, how do I... It's like, I know I gotta stun this guy. And then... What? How do I... I thought I had to grapple him. Somehow. What... Pretty sure I have to grapple him somehow. Oh, what am I doing wrong? Don't tell me I'm gonna have to scan him again. Okay, well that's how you stun him. Okay. Bombs, maybe? Belly sometimes vulnerable from the ground. Aha, yeah. Yep. Sure enough. Oh, more. Okay. Now the grab. Okay. Now the grapple. Okay, just got to do that one more time, and then we'll get him pretty easily. Alright. Also, if I had burned hyper mode there, I probably could have just killed him right away, no problem. Now I remember why this guy was annoying. He was just annoying to figure out. There we go. Not a problem. Not really. I think it's on veteran mode that I was thinking he has a lot more health, and so you basically have to have a you have to use hyper mode to really damage him on veteran, I think. I mean, unless you want to take like 4 or 5 turns to take him out. At least I think that's right. I could be wrong. Maybe it's not as bad as I'm making it out to be. Either way, just in case, what the heck? Where'd it go? Oh. Oh, it was invisible. Okay. That makes sense. It was invisible. For anyone wondering why I'm not playing this on veteran mode or hyper mode or whatever, it's because I'm just trying to have fun. I'm just messing around and showing this game off a little bit. I don't want to take it too seriously. So here's a great example of taking forever to load. Like that, how long was that? Like almost 30 seconds? That's crazy. That's way too long. Anyway, so the problem here in the jungle area is that if we try to attack this, our gunship gets turned away by these defense batteries.
There are 2 anti-aircraft turrets protecting the generator.
Yes, we saw.
Your ship will not be able to get a clear shot while those guns are active.
Don't suppose we could, like, use our ship to, you know, destroy the turrets? No? Okay. Well, so you may have noticed there's 2 other doors here in this room. But how do I open them? Is there a mechanism somewhere? It's like I'm trying to remember, how do I actually open these doors? Oh, I see. That's okay. I try to leave and then they open up. Okay, so you actually have to, you actually have to go through that cutscene and that dialogue in order to progress. Which is, you know, just great. Anyway, so I think we can go either direction. So let's try left. Maybe. And that, I think, might be a nope. Actually, we have to go to the right. Yep. Because we're not making it up there. Not without some shenanigans. Anyway, so... For some reason, our ship is still trying to bomb the target and getting warded away by the turrets. How nice of the pirates to leave a little thing there for me to climb up. It's very considerate of them. Without that, I don't think I'd have been able to make it up here. That was kind of underwhelming sound effects and visual visual display there. That missile didn't really seem to have much impact. But anyway. Here's the first turret. I think another one of my main problems here with Brio is just this, well, the music that was playing. It's not playing right now, but I'll bring it back up later. Okay. So I believe we want to grab that, yank this out. Those will open up. We destroy that. Energy shield goes up on the bottom, forcing us to play survival for a moment until the thing on the bottom opens back up. Rinse and repeat. Do that 3 times, and that's it. There we go. Again, ice missiles, they just don't make any sense. Ice missiles shouldn't work. The impact should prevent ice from forming or like freezing the target solid. It shouldn't work that way. I think this missile expansion's a freebie, isn't it? Oh no, okay. Just gotta pull this down. Now it's a freebie. There we go. And we'll just run right past that. No time for mini games. I mean, it's not like they deal very much damage anyway. Even on Veteran, I don't think those deal very much damage. I'll tell you what else, though. It sure takes a long time for that to load. Okay. Okay, so this one has a protected port underneath it. So we have to play a different game. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. How do I get up? Okay, here we go, here we go. So we get up here. Come on. And that opens up one of the things here. But these guys will try to fix it. So we can't let them... Can't let him go. I kind of hate how everything goes gray. Not gonna lie. But I'm abusing hyper mode a little bit here, because it's convenient to do so. There we go. And one more, can we get it? Can we one cycle? Yep, one cycled. Nice. Not gonna lie, that fight is super annoying if you don't know what to do, because those aerial troopers will try to reset the switches that you pull. So you kind of have to be quick while also being unafraid to use hyper mode to just like destroy those guys. So... Oh. There we go. That's how we get it down. I was like, how do we open that bridge again? Oh, yeah. Okay, now here we go with this again. Kind of have to hold my Wiimote in a bit of a weird position to get that to happen, but... But it works. Alright. So more free missiles. Most of the power-ups in this game are pretty free. So here we are back at the beginning of the circle, and for some reason our ship decided to stop doing the bombing run now. Even though it persisted so hard earlier. Alright. Down goes the shield. So now we can get out of here and finally fight our first major boss. Like, we've fought a bunch of, like, little bosses up to now.
The destruction of the generators has disabled the Leviathan's shield. The seed is now exposed.
Now, we can actually... Now we can fight real bosses.
You must fly there and find a way to destroy it.
Oh, it won't let us scan because of story. Plot's too important. Crashed vessel appears to have been caught in the explosion from the shield generator. Oh. How unfortunate for these guys. I was gonna leave them alone, but they actually pursued me through the hallway. Oh, yeah, that's right. And these guys have hyper mode too. See how they take way, way, way more hits to kill? And their attacks will deal more damage, so... Now imagine all the enemies in this game just suddenly deciding to do that. That's how it is on the higher difficulties. They just start doing that all the time. They hit harder. Not letting that ship get away. All right. So, a quick overview of the story of Brio here. All these weird lizard hunter guys that we've been fighting since the beginning of our landing here on Brio are the native inhabitants. And it seems like they're, you know, primitive hunters, but they have like these weird energy things they throw at us, and like they can teleport and even cloak themselves. So, you know, how's that? And the story of Brio is pretty simple. It's, you know, the Brionian people advanced technologically very quickly, but sociologically very slowly. A lot of their people were stuck in the old ways, but many of them were kind of wanting to progress, and basically war broke out, and the old and the new sides both destroyed one another, effectively. So that's how you got a bunch of primitive hunters with advanced technology. Anyway, so here we are inside of one of the seeds. How? What? Scan these. There we go. Ah. How did I miss that jump? So basically, now you might be wondering, how could the old primitive people beat the technologically advanced people? The answer is magic. No, I'm not kidding. According to the Brionian texts, the old people could use magic. Or the people of the old ways could use magic. So magic versus technology took place on this planet. Apparently. And basically, towards the end of the war, there was one guy who was smart enough to hybridize them both together into the ultimate war golem, that is, this thing. And now, on top of magic and technology combined, you add Phazon for a nearly infinite power source, and you get quite possibly the worst boss in this game. But with a pretty cool soundtrack, though. Ooh, okay, yeah. Also, did I mention he laughs like Bowser? And he plays the shell game with his weak points. Gets a pair of shoes. I'm trying to remember, do I have to use Phazon to blow those off, or how do I blow those off? Okay. Morph Ball. He does a pretty surprising amount of damage, actually. I'm honestly trying to remember how... Ah, okay, there we go. There we go. We actually do have to be a little careful here. Like, we don't have a whole lot of health at this stage. That's part of what makes this boss so challenging. He jumps around a lot. There we go. There we go. So that right there is the second reason why this boss is so hard. Oh. Okay. on now. He can give you some health back from the falling rocks and everything, but that target on his back is ridiculously difficult to deal with. So I am going to, if at all possible, I'm going to try and get that one now. I could have actually gone for it first if I wanted to, but these red orbs, they heal over time if you don't keep shooting them. So you gotta keep on the pressure. It's gotta open up eventually, right? What? Open up. And whatever you do, don't let him do this. Because that will give him his orbs back. You don't want anything to do with that. There we go. Oh, can I cancel corrupted hyper mode like that? That's... Uh-oh. Might actually see a death here. Ow. I'm honestly trying to hit this guy, and I can't. He's really jump happy. There we go. Got one of his boots off. There we go. Okay. Now, who will kill who? Uh-oh. This guy, like I said, this guy's a pain. A real pain. Just simply because of his, just because of that target on the back and everything. Oh, insufficient energy. I can't go into hyper mode. How do I damage him then? How do I... So if I can't go into hyper mode, can I do anything about this guy? How do I fight him then? Do I have to wait for him to... Like, there's some health right there. Like, he periodically seems to leave behind some health here and there. Oh. Cannot let him do that. Where's the thing? There it is. Okay. No. Uh-oh. Where'd he get it? Oh, no. Okay. Just repaired the one he had. Okay, now here's an opportunity for some health. I think these falling things here will give me something. I think. No. Okay, no, here we go. Okay. Now, I just have to be careful. Come on, come on. Yeah, and don't let these grab me. That's no good. Oh, there's a bunch of health, too. Oh, what's he doing now? I don't often get to see this guy's other attacks. Sure. Come on. The way this guy protects his weak points is really obnoxious. There we go. Oh my gosh. Jeez. You have to play so careful on this boss. Anyway. Some more Phazon energy got into us, and that looks concerning. Sure it's safe to take off your helmet here? Oh. Ooh. Chucking some Phazon cookies there. But apparently we're fine otherwise, because she just gets right back up. We're obviously sick, but there's no rest for the weary. And we have our first hyper mode power-up. So, honestly, I like this power-up. So first of all, we have infinite Phazon energy right now. Anyway, this is our new ability. And it is really cool. Just like those electric sparks coming out of our morph ball. The hyper ball is really, really nice. It's sad that we barely get to use it. But anyway, it's time for us to channel our inner Tony Stark. And fire, chest laser. Pepper Potts has nothing on Samus. And with that, we have successfully destroyed the source of the Phazon corruption on Brio. So Brio will not turn into another Talon 4 or Aether. Thankfully, Norian's was destroyed in the sky before it made impact. But anyway,
Brio is now saved from further Phazon corruption.
obviously that means time for more story.
Your next objective will be Elysia. Though Gore is stationed there, the Leviathan's Phazon contamination is still spreading. The impact point is hidden deep within the storm clouds of this planet. You will not be able to reach its location. Instead, you may land near an automated research facility floating high above the surface, where GF Aurora Unit 217 is stationed. Unit 217 has been infected by the corruption virus and is currently offline. I have uploaded a program to your suit that will purge any traces of corruption in the AU and restore its functionality. Once Unit 217 has been restored, It will help us find a way to destroy the Leviathan. We are concerned about Gore ever since he lost contact with us. We hope he is safe. Good luck, Samus.
Okay. So now we get to head to Elysia. And not gonna lie, this is probably my favorite area in the game. Elysia has a super thick atmosphere akin to a gas giant. So you might wonder, well, how are we ever gonna reach the surface then? You know, how are we ever gonna be able to do anything on this planet? And the answer is we're going to Skytown. But this isn't like Skytown in Twilight Princess or anything. Or the city in the sky. No, this was invented by much cooler birds. Welcome to the ancient Chozo research facility on Elysia, known as Skytown.
Samus, your highest priority is to get Skytown's Aurora unit back online. It will help you find a way to reach the seed. We will upload its coordinates to you now. Proceed with caution.
So the story of Skytown and Elysia is just truly excellent. I will share it towards the end, maybe sooner. I don't know. I don't want to spoil it right away. But just, I love how we're getting a chance to see more of the Chozo. Especially more of what they were like before they decided to abandon their advanced technology and go down to Talon 4 and meditate on Ascension. Before the corruption happened. Because, like, the corruption hitting Talon 4 wouldn't have killed off the Chozo species if they hadn't all decided to go back and abandon their advanced technology. Like, it wouldn't have killed them all had that been the case. Because they could have easily just traveled to the stars with technology like this. But, like, seriously, this music, like, just this atmosphere, just, like, this whole area, and all these hubs, like, we can actually go to all these hubs. And inside them, too. There's a story behind these things, too, but we'll get to that in a minute. These things are not dangerous. not even remotely. Again, I'm just glad we get to see more of the Chozo. Or rather, more of what the Chozo were like at one point. You know, what they were truly capable of. And apparently the answer is steampunk. That's apparently what they're capable of. Anyway, this is how we will access the Chozo lore. You have to shoot the lore bots, and then they open up. This guy! We'll be seeing him in a minute. But yeah, anyway, apparently the Chozo were really fans of the steampunk architecture. Because, just look at this place. Like, come on. Also, the return of orb cannons. Much like the Luminoth, the Chozo loved their orbs. Here's another gimme missile expansion. You just have to know how to double bomb jump and you get one for free. Some of the expansions in this game are tough and some of them are just free. Kind of creates a weird dynamic. Because there's not really much in between. There's not like any power-ups that are like challenging, but you know, challenging but not too challenging. No, they're usually either really hard or really obnoxious, or just super free and easy. Usually. Anyway, as long as you keep your gun pointed in the center, there's actually no way you, and just keep firing, you'll actually never fail to get through those sections right there. And if you listen closely for the power-up sound, you'll recognize that there's a missile expansion right there. There we go. Grabbed the expansion and made it through in one pass. All right. So Elysia, as cool as it is certainly not without its occasional annoyances here and there. We're not going to be encountering those annoyances for a little bit still. However, we do have to fight a little bit of a mini boss here, the Steam Lord. And a special type of tin bot here, or a steam bot, excuse me. I believe these are actually one-time scans here. I see. Steam Lord. And he just comes along to repair everything. Simple strategy. Knock him down with Phazon when he comes to fix them, because he will. Just be sure to blast him. He runs away when he's shot at. It has a tendency to appear behind you. There we go. Anyway, there we go. Cleaned them all out and get an E-tank. Very nice. Now we can just break all these. Open the door. And we're on our way. Let's get more lore. I don't think these little bots here can actually hurt you. Like, unless you stand in the way of their little repair beams there. I don't think there's any way for them to actually damage you. So anyway, just keep your gun pointed more or less in the center, and I'm pretty sure you can't mess up. Like, oh, not, well, I mean, I say that. Well, against the little guy that drops bombs in your face and the doors, that works, but apparently not for these things. You do have to aim slightly. Actually, you could just keep your gun more or less in one place and kill all three as they pass by. In any case, notice the doors on each of these planets. It's very different and unique. Like, if you remember the first game, we had the hexagonal doors from Prime 1, and they were all over the place because it was a Chozo planet, and we have the same doors here too. On Norian, we have the GF doors, which are actually different, and then the Brio doors were different. All the different civilizations have their own version of the door. And I think that's a really cool little detail that they included in this game. Uh-oh. Some Phazon stuff growing on the walls. Like, what is this? A Phazon houseplant here? And there's the Aurora unit. So the Galactic Federation, you know, like, they actually have a base here.
The Aurora unit chamber has been sealed off and secured by a kinetic clock. Continue exploring Skytown. There must be something in this facility that can help you open the chamber gate.
I mean, that would make sense, right? That there would be something to help us. Seeing as how... Oh. Seeing how if anybody... If anybody knows anything about the Chozo, it's definitely Samus. Since this is a Chozo station, it should have some Chozo power-ups in it for our Chozo battle system. But anyway, this is not Chozo, that's for sure. And the repair bots have clearly no idea what to do with it. Now, which direction am I supposed to go from here? This is where things get a little complicated because you have two different choices as for a direction, and I'm trying to remember. Wow, that was some load times. I'm trying to remember which way to go. Not having the rest of the map doesn't help. Also, looks like Gore's face is all over the place. He's everywhere, watching us. So it looks like we are actually doing some exploring because I don't remember exactly which way to go. I mean, I'm sure the game will force us back into a semi-linear path here in a minute. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so it seems, yeah, we discover real quick the Steam Lord is not destroyed, or that there were, or that there was more than one. There's tons of cool lore to find all over the place, but there's also lots of like gates and things that we can't actually open. And the loading times for these doors is crazy long. That's back the way we came. This is the door I didn't go through. Don't think we can actually do anything here. So back through this door, because maybe this is not what I thought it was. There we go. It's not what I thought it was. And these guys. Annoying security droids. So this is not good. This is a very bad situation. But the bridge thankfully does not break until after you do this. Fighting the Steam Lord again will not yield. Stylish kill. Yeah. Again, this game is more... It's just loaded with achievements like an Xbox game. So they were trying to compete with Halo. But anyway, killing the Steam Lord again will not yield another E-Tank, sadly. I'm gonna need some health, so I need you to die, please. Thank you. All right. So we are on our way to fighting yet another boss. This guy is less concerning than the magical golem of the Brionians. However, it is not to say that the Chozo Guardians are by any means weak. They are certainly annoying, that is for sure. Yeah, okay. You can free these in any order you want. Alright. Just checking. Because you hear the power-up sound. Whenever you hear it, you gotta always look around first. Lip there is there in case you overshoot. And then we go back down. And then we pay close attention to those shriek bats over there. And realize that they will screw us up if we don't get rid of them. Game? What? Oh, now it gives it to me. Well, okay. Fine, game. Spider Samus. Spider Samus does whatever a Spider Samus can do. Okay. That's not what I wanted. That way. Oh, come on. There we go. But then you'll give me an air current to make that jump real easy. Love how Samus's handprint can activate everything from pirate scanners to GF scanners to Chozo scanners, even though she does not have a hand shaped like that. She can apparently still activate that stuff. Let's do it again. Yeah, nope. They let you get real close to it. But no. Gotta get another fight in. Defense drone. This chose a defense drone that definitely couldn't fit anywhere else in Skytown. Or couldn't get to anywhere else in Skytown, excuse me, is somehow locked in this particular room defending this, is for some reason in this particular room defending this, this power up here. For who knows what reason. So this guy's annoying because the antennae are really kind of hard to hit, but he's otherwise not that bad. Annoying, but not terribly hard. He's a little bit weird. I don't know what, I don't know what this boss is supposed to be. It's just a random walker with antennae, and just a gun on the bottom. I mean, it's a cool steampunk-esque boss. Almost overloaded there. But, yeah, it's a cool steampunk boss, but, what was it actually for? Also, these fan blades. These are, the coolest looking fan blades I've ever seen. Just that pattern, for some reason, is, really mesmerizing. Anyway, boost ball time. We shall boost our ball. And now be able to... Now we're able to perform the, this rather annoying little puzzle here, where we have to just, boost a ton. This is spinners, only longer. Spinners from the previous two games, just longer. Anyway. So now we have boost ball, now we can get to the Aurora unit. However, we still don't know where Gore is. And these doors take forever to open. I don't believe it actually matters which direction you spin the spinners in here. Left or right, they'll still end up in the same place. I still love this atmosphere. Like, this music. Like, I think I actually forgot to finish pointing this out earlier, but like the music on Brio, I don't like it very much. Like the music on Brio is just kind of like the Majora's, kind of like it had same problem that I feel like Majora's Mask had, where like the themes were not the best. Like just the really dull, kind of drab and depressing overworld music. Brio kind of had that going on. It had that same feel to it. Whereas Skytown, can't get enough of it hardly. I like it. Like I love it. It perfectly fits the atmosphere that they were going for here in Skytown. You know, flying high in the clouds and all. And you know, this being an ancient city of the once very advanced Chozo people. Anyway, this one's a little trickier to activate, but notice how it doesn't matter if you go left or right. Just have to sort of find a rhythm. There we go. And once you get that rhythm going, everything, it starts, that door will unlock itself nicely.
The Aurora unit is corrected and requires repair. Opening maintenance level hatch.
There we go. So, now we gotta get the Aurora unit online. Apparently that means fighting these tin bots here. How many of these do we have to fight? Okay, I was about to say, at some point this ends. Here we go. Oh. There we go. Boy, if only it was that easy for us, huh? Clear the corruption out. Also, there's still Phazon, like, outside the tank, so it doesn't look completely clean. Oh.
significant.
I'll show you what I mean. Up there!
And, yep, just like Rundus, he's gone crazy. But you're not very tough without your armor suit.
Network's been severed. You have no chance of destroying the seed unless you restore the Aurora unit.
Well, okay. So, we have to chat with the Aurora unit, unfortunately.
What a terrible dream we were having. Thank you for purging our phase-on corruption and allowing us to awaken. There is much to do. We have communed with AU-242 on Olympus and learned that a Leviathan impacted Elysium.
I thought the network was severed.
Corruption. We must destroy this Leviathan and stem the tide of corruption as soon as possible.
Well, I mean, it was technically not destroyed for like a second, so maybe that was enough time for him to get caught up.
We have a plan, but Gore's attack severed key communication cables, disrupting our access to Skytown's primary network. This prevents us from controlling Skytown and executing our plan to destroy the Leviathan. Gore's plasma cannon should be able to fuse together the severed cables. We must ask you to hunt him down. Gore may have changed, Samus. Be prepared to deal with that.
Well, I mean, he shot at us, so yeah. So I think we're fine there. Yeah, we'll just march forward here. Yeah, that's right. Save station's right around the corner here. Here we go. Go ahead and save our game. And we have just enough time to go hunt down Gore. So, that is what we will do. Chozo were smart and put a save station right there. Undoubtedly knowing that we would need it. Or that somebody would. In any event,
Ship status alert. Unknown entity approaching. Commencing hull lockdown.
yep. Gore's going after our ship. That is bad news for us. Again, just gotta find your rhythm. There we go. And now we're introduced to the half pipe. Will help us get out of this room. Oh, these. These are less obnoxious puzzles. Because you only have to twist the Wiimote, so that's not too bad. So somehow Gore was able to go and get his armor and then pass us. Like maybe his armor can just fly between these nodes like no problem. But he was able to somehow pass us. Then he got around real quick. Back towards our ship. Very, very quickly. These guys are horribly inaccurate. Thank goodness. These guys are obnoxious. But they also don't deal much damage. 1 damage each. Pitiful. Again, just for the doors and the bombs, just keep your gun pointed in the middle, and they can't break through. Oh well, I mean, in these. Oh.
Ship priority status alert. Warning. Hull integrity is compromised. Armor damage is critical.
So Gore's out there beating up on our ship. Well. Can't let him mess up our ride. Get off of there, Gore.
Just in time. Catch!
So why didn't our ship... Yeah, why didn't our ship just, lift up and, fly away? Why couldn't we have commanded it to do that?
Everything will be corrupted, including you.
So why couldn't our ship... Yeah, why couldn't our ship have, why couldn't it have flown away, to protect itself sooner? Why couldn't we have commanded it to do so? Something like that. Oh, yeah, that's right. So he leaks a bunch of fuel gel everywhere. Lock on, please. No, not onto that. Lock onto Gore. Thank you. Anyway, Gore, much like Rundus, is pretty easy. Hey, look! He's got the same weak point as the quads. Like, actually, it's the same as the quads from the previous game. Camera! Wow, camera, what the heck? Camera just decided to go crazy for a second there. Could not control it whatsoever. Here he goes into hyper mode. That's what you get for messing up our ship. Somehow he, like, folds up and dies? Like, yeah, I don't get that. But this time we tried to save him. And it's like, we're doing the smart thing. We're shooting at Dark Samus and not just, like, standing there. But apparently Dark Samus has acquired some sort of ethereal Dark Angel form that can't be killed. And, well, that's another ally that we couldn't save. Not that I wanted to save him as badly as I wanted to save Rundus, because Rundus was cool. He was Frozone, but like... Gore just tried to mess up our ship. Anyway. So now we have the plasma beam. Our poor ship has seen better days. Should at least be reasonably good, you know, sitting here landed. Auto repair functions have been initiated, but that's yet again our ship has been damaged. But at least it did something this game, and it wasn't just like Prime 2 where it was like damaged by a lightning bolt or something. Anyway, so while its auto repair features are magically restoring it, because, yeah, that's a thing, notice that we now have the plasma beam, and it's really cool. Much like Prime 1, however... I mean, it can even melt this steel here. Just turns it into goo and we can walk back through again. However, notice there is no power beam anymore. There just isn't a power beam. Like, I do like this... Like, I've always liked the whole concept of getting new beams and, like, using the new beams to solve, like, different kinds of puzzles and things that you couldn't solve without them. But this game just says, no, we're just gonna replace your power beam with the new beam upgrade. Like, instead of having different weapons, you have just an upgrade. And that's... like, that's not bad, it's just not... it's not as good in terms of, like... it limits your options. It limits the options that the game has to, you know, have creative puzzles. And, you know, like, it limits the number of things that are possible, the number of things that they could do. it just feels less flexible than the previous games. Again, this isn't bad, it's just not quite as good as the precedent that they've already set in the previous games. So, it was definitely a weird choice, although an understandable choice. Like, see, they have these menus here. They had to do this weird, awkward menu. I'm holding minus right now in order to be able to select command visor or scan visor or combat visor. And obviously later there's going to be another one because, you know, we have this slot here for it. But, like, they didn't even do that for the different beams. The truth is, because the Wiimote doesn't have enough buttons, they really didn't have a way to... Like, they were just too limited in the number of actions that they could perform. And so they couldn't incorporate a beam switching system, so they just decided, you know, let's just do beam upgrades instead. And again, this right here is another perfect example of the Wiimote being the true limiting factor on this game. Like, the Wiimote is honestly the biggest problem with this game. This game has other problems, but they're much smaller than the Wiimote thing. Because the Wiimote just... Nintendo's innovation ended up actually constraining the number of things that creators could do on their hardware, because there's less buttons than the GameCube controller. That's just the truth of it. There's a lot less options. And this beam system is a prime example of that. A Metroid Prime example of that. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all for coming and watching. I will see you all tomorrow for more Metroid Prime corruption, now with the plasma beam. Y'all have a good night. Hey guys, thanks for watching. This is where most people tell you to like, comment, and subscribe. And while I would appreciate you doing all that, if you enjoyed my content, come check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/TrinfiniteX so you can watch and chat with me while I make these. I'm a family-friendly streamer, so everybody's welcome. Throw me a follow on Twitch and Twitter so you can get notifications when I go live. Links will be down in the description. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to meeting you.